Welcome everybody to Ontario Motor Sales. Are you looking for a very fuel efficient luxury 7-passenger SUV? Well, this 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander GT plug-in hybrid is sure to fit the bill. This is a 7-passenger hybrid vehicle, absolutely incredible fuel efficiency. It's got tons of great features, and we are going to take you on a tour of it as if you were here with us on the lot, so you have a great look right from the comfort of your own home. Now, this has just over 35,000 kilometers on it, is a one-owner vehicle, no accident history, and is a certified pre-owned vehicle. So we will go through all those details in a moment or two, but first, let's talk about the plug-in hybrid components. So underneath the hood, we have a 2.4-liter, 4-cylinder engine connected to a CVT automatic transmission. Now, the plug-in hybrid component is dual electric motors, one on the front, one on the rear, making this an all-wheel drive SUV. Those electric motors are connected to a 16 kilowatt hour battery pack. So think of that like the fuel tank for your electric motors. All that being said, you can get, in ideal conditions, 60 kilometers of pure electric range. But of course, the best part about that is you can run this in the full EV mode or a hybrid mode, meaning the electric motors assist the gas engine to get you fuel economy into the low 8 liter per 100 kilometer range. That is like Honda Civic territory. I mean, it's incredibly fuel efficient, but of course, it's a full-size SUV. So that is exactly why you would want to look at something like this if you want all this room, but of course, you want to save yourself on fuel. Now, we'll talk about a little bit more of the plug-in hybrid component when we get to it, but let's continue our tour on the outside. Let's start with these great looking 20-inch alloy wheels. These are a fantastic looking wheel. You can see the nice polished aluminum with the black inserts there as well. Now we have the plug-in hybrid EV logo on the side. 4 cameras on this vehicle for the around view camera system, and you can see the LED turn signals in the mirrors. And then taking a step back, we're going to continue around the back, but you can see this is a great size SUV. Now, over here we have our, hello, open up. Oh, it's locked up. Our fuel filter, our fuel, and then on the other side we have the plug-in hybrid as well. This is interesting. The plug-in hybrid, you should note, is one of the very few you can charge at a fast charger. So it's kind of unique. Most plug-in hybrids, you only use like a level 2 or home charger. This one you can use a fast charger, so that's great. LED taillights on the rear, Outlander badge on the back, and then over here we have the PHEV logo and the super all-wheel control. Mitsubishi has a fantastic all-wheel drive system. Now, opening up the power tailgate, you can see in the back here, so this is a 3-row SUV. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, most people are going to run this in a 5-passenger configuration, meaning this 3rd row seat drop down into the back. That's typically the way most Outlander drivers use this vehicle. This is a great seat here for you if you are bringing your kids' friends along. Obviously, these seats would move up to give room for legroom. But yeah, it's not a traditional 7-passenger sense where there's a ton of room in the back seat. This is kind of your 5-passenger with a 7-passenger option for the just in case, or just bringing, you know, the kids' friends out or stuff like that. I'm going to pause the video really quickly. I want to flip this over to the 5-passenger configuration so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so we've got this in our 5-passenger configuration. Now you can see lots of room in this area for all your cargo. This is the charger that you can use at home. It does come with a regular plug-in, or you can of course get a level 2 if you like, but realistically this will charge up that battery overnight. If you start it kind of at off-peak hours, you shouldn't have a problem charging this up. Now we've also got a regular home outlet here in the back, and then another great thing that I love is the 40-20-40 split seat. So this middle seat can fold down, giving you, as you can see, cup holders, but if you have skis, hockey sticks, longer items, you can fold down just the middle and then leave room for 2 adults, one on each side. I love that. I think that's a great 2nd row configuration, because if you have active family, you know, like I say, hockey sticks, all that stuff, it's nice to be able to sit the kids apart from each other for obvious reasons. Now let's see if this is unlocked. I'm not sure if it is or not. No, of course not. That's okay. That's where your plug-in hybrid is. You know, failed to prepare. Anyway, we continue around the passenger side. Coming around to the front, we've got the LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, and LED fog lights. And you can see all this great chrome around the front end. Good looking front end on the Outlander. We do have front and rear sonar, so you've got great park assist on this to help you back up the vehicle, because it is a little bit bigger, obviously, so those are nice things to have. Now, in the second row seat, have a look at the interior. So the Outlander GT does a great job at giving you some really nice luxury stuff. This quilted leather with the contrast stitching is so nice looking. This is a non-smoker vehicle. Obviously, that center armrest that we talked about. Look up because we have a great panoramic sunroof. Comes all the way to the rear. These are heated rear seats. And you can see we've got tri-zone climate control and some USB ports down here and another regular home outlet. So all the power options for the kids in the back, plus heated seats and the tri-zone climate control. And then we also have built into the doors, we have this nice sunshade here as well, so you can block out the sun for the little ones. Also, you should note, it's just continued on the driver's door, so they didn't cheap out. They put that quilted leather kind of everywhere, which is really shocking and very nice. Up top, again, that panoramic sunroof, these fantastic seats up front. Obviously, 3-stage heated seats too. We have a power driver seat, power lumbar support, connected to a 2-driver memory system here. I'm going to kick off my boots so I don't get snow in your new Outlander. And then hopping in, continuing with the heated seats, power seats. Look at this. Even the passenger seat is a power seat with a 2-passenger memory setting as well. So if you're switching drivers and passengers often, I mean, that's really cool to have. Now, up front, let's talk about some of the safety features. So we have forward emergency braking. We have forward collision warning. We have blind spot warning in the side view mirrors, lane keeping assist. We've got a great around view camera system with moving object detection. I'll show you that in just a moment or two. Plus we have the, it's like a semi-autonomous driving system. I can't remember what Mitsubishi calls it. But anyway, it's like the Pro Pilot Assist for the Nissan, if you're familiar with that. What it does is it uses the adaptive cruise control in conjunction with the lane keeping assist, and it gives you a semi-autonomous driving where it will keep the pace to the car in front of you and also take gentle curves on the highway for you as well, obviously keeping your hands on the wheel. But it's a great feature to have if you do a lot of highway driving. It's going to be fantastic. You'll never know how much input you put into the wheel until the car's doing it for you. It's really pretty stellar. Now let's talk about really quickly the plug-in hybrid driving style, because this Outlander gives you a lot of options as far as how you use this system. So let's kind of focus our attention right here. So we've got these 2 buttons, the 1-pedal drive and then the EV button. Let's first talk about this EV button. So when I push it on the dash, you'll see we have 4 options. We have normal, EV, save, and charge. So normal is just exactly how it sounds. It uses the hybrid system to assist the gas engine to get you the best fuel economy. When we put it in EV, when conditions are appropriate, in other words, when the battery has enough power left in it, it will drive strictly an EV, no gas assist. Okay, so that's your electric range. Now, these are the 2 that I love, save and charge. Okay, so the save and charge is exactly what you think. Charge uses the electric engine to charge up your battery, or pardon me, opposite, uses the gas engine to charge up your battery. And the save simply means that it will not use any of your battery as you're driving under save mode. So let me give you an example of what you would do here. Let's say you're doing some city driving and then you're about to head out on the highway. Maybe you're going to Kingston. Maybe, you're doing 100 kilometers on the highway. You could put it in charge mode to charge up your battery. And then when you get into wherever your destination is, you could put it back into EV mode or hybrid mode with a full battery or potentially a full battery because you've been charging as you drive with that charge mode. Or you could use the save option, which just means whenever you don't want to use your battery capacity, put it in save, it doesn't use it. And then when you get into the Civi, when it's a little bit typically harder on fuel, you put it back into the EV or hybrid mode. The fact that you can switch back and forth between all of these is just a fantastic option in a plug-in hybrid. You don't get that all the time. And then the other one that we talked about here is the one pedal driving. So what that means is your accelerator pedal down here also acts kind of like a simulated brake. And what I mean by that is when you push down, it goes. Pretty simple. When you let off, the faster you let off, the faster it will slow down. And I know that sounds pretty obvious, but what it's doing is it's taking those two electric motors and putting them into reverse and powering as a generator your battery pack back up. That's called regenerative braking. And by using the one pedal drive, it is using that regenerative braking to its maximum potential. And it also simulates you putting your foot on the brake. Example, when you let off nice and slow, it slows down gently. If you were to let off the accelerator really quickly, it will aggressively slow down, almost as if you were pushing on the brake. Not an emergency brake by any means, but like as if you were pushing on the brake pretty hard, like a moderate push, it's going to feel like that because those two electric motors are restricting and using themselves as a generator to their maximum potential when you let off very quickly. Again, something you experience on the test drive. I highly encourage you to use that because of two reasons. A, yes, you get more range, better battery, but B, you don't use your brakes. And when you don't use your brakes, what are you saving? Brake pads, brake rotors. So it's cheaper on maintenance. So that's why the plug-in hybrid, in particular, this Outlander is a great choice because it has all these great plug-in hybrid features built into it. All right, that's my plug-in hybrid shtick. Let's continue on. Leather wrapped steering wheel, heated steering wheel. Look at the nice texture that we have on here. We have our controls for our center display. You can see it is a fully digital dash, 35,454 kilometers. Lots of great information can be displayed up front here. Now, towards our driver's knee, we have a couple of things here to show you. So most importantly are these two here. So this is your scheduled charging, and then you can lock that charge port out. Scheduled charging, obviously you want to charge this off-peak hours at home, so you would set that up that way. And then this locks your charge port just so that way, if you are at a charging station and maybe you go inside to use the washroom, grab a coffee, you can lock that so somebody can't unplug you and steal your cable to go to their car. So just one of those silly things. I've never had it happen. I drive EVs, never had it happen, but you know, potentially I guess it could. All right, so looking down our center console here, just to give you kind of a driver's perspective of what we're looking at. Now in the infotainment system, we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have built-in navigation as well, and you can see it's going to show you lots of cool stuff here. Going back to the audio, XM satellite radio system, Bose stereo in this as well, so a fantastic audio system. I mean, this Outlander GT has got everything you can imagine. Then we have the around view camera. So this is our front view with the around view over here on that side. And then if we put it into reverse, we have our rear view. Okay, and then you can also hit this one more time and you get the parallel parking view. So that way you don't go and scuff up those beautiful wheels. So you can see lots of options with that system. Now moving down, our tri-zone climate control, so driver, passenger, and then the rear passengers all have independent temperatures. We've got our heated seats, our heated steering wheel, and then here we have a couple of USB ports and a wireless charging pad. This is our nice automatic shifter. And then last but not least is our drive modes. So here, again, back to the plug-in hybrid, we have normal, eco, or power. Power because this Outlander has, I think, 308 foot-pounds of torque. Like, it is a powerful machine. So by putting it in power mode, it's going to use the the gas engine and both electric motors to give you just a ton of power. Obviously, eco would be the opposite. It's trying to save you as much fuel as possible. And then we have our different drive modes. So you'll see on here, we have tarmac, which is more like a kind of like a sport drive mode, gravel, snow, and then mud. And all of these are going to change the way that super all-wheel control, all-wheel drive system handle. Again, all the options with this Outlander, like I say, I mean, makes it a great option if you are looking for a plug-in hybrid. Now, last but not least, ask for this no matter where you're buying a car, but it's super important to ask for the Carfax. You can see here, no accidents, one odor. That's exactly what you want to see on a Carfax. And that's available for you to review here as well when you visit us here at Ontario Motor Sales. Now, last but not least, with the purchase of this Outlander, you will receive 4 free oil changes, just as a nice way of saying thank you for doing business with us. So if you are in love and you want this Outlander, I would suggest reserving it online and then calling to book your test drive. It is a great option. It's got great kilometers. It's a perfect color. And as you've seen here, it's going to be tons of fuel savings for you and your family. So thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to see you at Ontario Motor Sales, and we can't wait to see who jumps behind the wheel of this great Outlander GT plug-in hybrid.